Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. I would like to start the session with a nice quote. What is today's quote? If there is no struggle, there is no progress. When you want to progress in your life, you want success, you have to struggle a lot. There are no shortcuts whatsoever. A very useful one. If there is no struggle, there is no progress. Coming to today's editorial, it's all about politics related to the state of Bihar and not that important from prelims point of view, mains point of view. You may not get it as a passage, but there are some important words you have to learn, and many of these words go with effective English. From the editorial analysis, you are going to enrich your grammar knowledge, comprehension skill, vocabulary, effective English, and also develop contextual awareness. Besides, in addition to that, today you're going to work on practice questions based on exam topics. You're going to work on low voice. How come? Give me a second. I got it. Is it loud and clear now? Now there shouldn't be a problem. Still no sound? No, no. Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Is it loud and clear? Still no. Oh, let me check. Now it is going to be all right. Am I audible? Please respond now. Am I audible? Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Am I audible now? Good morning. Not a good, nice way to start the session, but anyhow, now I don't think you'll have any problem. Let me start the session with a nice quote. What is today's quote? If there's no struggle, there's no progress. When you want progress, when you want success, when you want to achieve something, do remember you have to struggle a lot. There is no struggle, there is no progress. And when it comes to success, no shortcuts. A very useful quote. And coming to today's editorial, it's all about politics related to the state of Bihar. And it is not that important as a passage from prelims point of view as well as mains point of view. But there are some important words you have to learn, and these many of these words go with effective English. From this editorial analysis, you are going to enrich, consolidate grammar knowledge, comprehension skill, vocabulary, effective English, and also develop contextual awareness, which is very important from the exam point of view. Today, you're going to work on practice questions based on exam topics. You're going to work on spot the errors, fillers, phrases, and phrasal verbs, not idioms, phrasal verbs. Now, let us go to the editorial vocabulary. What is the first one? Volte face. You can say volte face or volte face. It's a noun, an act of turning round so as to face in the opposite direction. It is like taking a U turn. What does it mean? Taking a U turn, opposite stand. Ally, we have got many a time. Part of speech noun, a state formally cooperating with another for a military or other purpose. Usually it goes with war context, but here it is politics. Here it talks about a particular party going with some other party. Turn the tables. In this editorial, as I said, there are a lot of important words. Besides the words, there are three idioms which are important from the exam point of view. The first one, turn the tables idiom. Reverse one's position relative to someone else, especially by turning a position of disadvantage into one of advantage. Turn the tables. One thing you change the position, another you change a disadvantage into one of an advantage. An important one. We all know the word fix, but here the word is fixate. Part of speech verb. I think it's a noun. Cause someone to develop an obsessive attachment to someone or something. Cause someone to develop an obsessive attachment to someone or something. A new word we have got for the first time, so you have to spend some time to remember. Trapeze, another new word we have got for the first time. It could be a noun, it could be an adjective. A short bar hanging high up in the air from two ropes that acrobats use to perform special movements, especially in circus. In circus, you come across acrobats, clowns and acrobats. Acrobats, they do something in, they hang and they try to do certain things which impress the people. So, trapeze, it could be a noun, it could be an adjective. A short bar, horizontal bar, hanging high up in the air from two ropes that acrobats use to perform special movements. Sabotage, an important word. I don't know whether we have got or not, but it's an important word you have to remember. Sabotage, part of speech, a verb, deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something, especially for political or military advantage. In this context, political. Sabotage, spoil someone's plans. Allegation, allege, allegation, we have got so many times. Part of speech, noun. A claim or assertion that someone has done something illegal or wrong, typically one made without proof. You say someone has done something wrong, but you don't have proof, then we say it is nothing but an allegation. Maneuver, another important word. Ah, yes, that's true. Maneuver, it could be a noun, it could be a verb, a movement or series of moves requiring skill and care. Maneuver, it's an important word. It is nothing but skillful moves. That's an important expression you have to remember. Laud someone, lauded, it's a verb. Praise a person or their achievements highly. When someone achieves something, you praise a lot. Then we say, laud, being lauded, an important word. Embrace, it goes with everyday English as well as effective English. It could be a noun, it could be a verb. It has two or three meanings. One is hugging someone, hug, but another one, accept willingly and enthusiastically some theory or belief or someone or something. You accept. Then we use the word embrace. You can use the word hail as well. That's also a good word. Infidelity, an important word we have got for the first time. Fidelity means being loyal. Infidelity, opposite, the action or state of being unfaithful, not being loyal to a spouse or other sexual partner. To a sexual partner, not loyal, then we use the term infidelity. Infidelity is a problem across the world, not a major problem, but sometimes we do come across cases of infidelity. Trample, usually it goes with elephants. Elephants trample. Tread on and crush. Tread means to step. Tread on something and crush, we use the word trample. It's a verb. Mandate, we have got many a time. Noun, give someone authority to act in a certain way. It goes with elections. Election mandate, the power given by the people, the public. Blatant usually goes with lie, a blatant lie. Part of speech adjective, or bad behavior done openly and unashamedly without feeling ashamed. You try to do something or tell a lie, then we use the expression blatant lie. Friend opposite, mandate, another meaning, compulsory, you're right, but not in this context. Friend, opposite, foe. Foe means what? An enemy or opponent. Undermine, we have got many a time an important word, part of speech verb. Lessen the effectiveness, power, or ability, especially gradually. You try to weaken something or someone gradually or slowly, then we use the word undermine. Undermine the effectiveness of something. Abrupt, we have got many a time. It means sudden and unexpected. Part of speech adjective. And undermine is a verb, it's a regular verb. Abrupt change, abrupt stop. Claimant, claim something or someone, and claimant, part of speech noun. A person making a claim, especially in a lawsuit or for a state benefit. Easy to make out. Incumbency means being in power, holding the position. Anti-incumbency, anti, you got to be careful. ANTI means against, ANTE means before. Here, anti-incumbency, expressing opposition to or disapproval of current political office holders. Someone is in power, a particular party is in power. And is it still buffering or it has it stopped? I know. I think it has stopped. Now let us go to the editorial. Uncle Volt Fast or Uncle Volt Face. You can say Volt Fast or Volt Face. What does it mean? An act of turning round so as to face in the opposite direction. It is nothing but taking a U turn. Uncle, U turn. Take it that way. But you cannot make out who is this uncle and what is this U turn. You have to read the next sentence to make out what exactly it means. Nitish Kumar will find convincing voters more difficult than finding allies. As I said, it's all about politics related to the state of Bihar and Nitish Kumar cutting off his ties with BJP and now joining hands with RJD. Based on that, this editorial has been written. Nitish Kumar will find convincing voters more difficult than comparative form, more difficult than finding allies. When a particular party snaps the ties with some other party, obviously for survival, they have to find some other party for forming a coalition government. In that context, the word allies has been used. So the editorial says Nitish Kumar will find convincing voters more difficult than finding allies. Means what? He can find allies without a great, it is not a problem, but he may find it difficult to convince voters because he has snapped his ties with the BJP party. That's what it means. Now, here there's one important word, allies. Means what? Singular, ally, plural, allies. A state formally cooperating with another for a military or other purpose. In this context, it is not a state, it is a party, it's a political party. Nitish Kumar has done it again. Has done it again. What? A volte face. Means what? Nitish Kumar has again taken a U turn. Has done it again. A volte face. Means he has taken again a U turn. To justify that statement, Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD leader and now the Deputy Chief Minister of Bihar, Tejasvi Yadav, used to call the Janata Dal youth chief Paltu Chacha. Paltu Chacha is a Hindi expression. In English, what does it mean? Uncle turn around. As I said, volte face means turn around or take a U turn. So, first it starts with Nitish Kumar has done it again. What has he done again? A volte face, or he has taken a U turn again. And to substantiate that statement, Rashtriya Janata Dal RJD leader and now the Deputy CM of Bihar, Tejasvi Yadav, used to call the Janata Dal youth chief Paltu Chacha. Used to call an important helping verb. It is used to express past habitual actions or past habits. For that, we also use a helping verb would. I would do something regularly in the past. We also say I used to do something regularly in the past. Both mean the same, but the helping verb would is more effective and more formal, it is formal. Used to call and used to, this is quite popular in our country. A lot of people prefer using used to, and a lot of people don't use, they're not aware of the helping verb would. Both mean the same. Used to call the Jantadal you chief Paltu Chacha, uncle turn around. In his latest U turn, as I said, I have been using the expression U turn. In his latest U turn, Mr. Kumar has joined hands with Mr. Yadav 5 years after they parted ways and turned the tables on the Bharatiya Janata Party in the process. What is the latest development? Till yesterday, Nitish Kumar and that party, Janata Dal U and BJP, one side. They were together. But he snapped the ties, and today he is not with BJP, he is with RJD. This sentence talks about that change or the U turn. In his latest U turn, Mr. Kumar has joined hands with Mr. Yadav 5 years after they parted ways. 5 years ago, they were together and they parted ways. After 5 years, they joined hands together and turned the tables. There's one important idiomatic expression. Turn the tables means what? Reverse one's position relative to someone else, especially by turning a position of disadvantage into one of advantage. Turn the tables, an important idiomatic expression. According to the JDU, the BJP was. So, why did he do that? What is the justification? According to the JDU, the BJP was scheming to split it and sabotage Mr. Kumar's government from the inside. So, two allegations. One, BJP is trying to split the party, that is JDU, and the other one, sabotage from inside. Sabotage is an important word. So, what is the meaning of the word sabotage? Deliberately destroy, damage, or obstruct something, especially for political or military advantage. So, allegation against the BJP party, according to the JDU, the BJP was scheming or planning to split it. To split means to separate and sabotage, damage, or destroy Mr. Kumar's government from the inside. The BJP, what is the response for that from the BJP party? The BJP has dismissed this allegation. Though we have got many a time allegation, noun, a claim or assertion that someone has done something wrong, but without proof. The BJP has dismissed this allegation, pointing out that it could not have formed a government even if the JDU were to split. So BJP denied the allegation one thing, and the BJP said they couldn't have formed a government even if the JDU were to split. They did not split. If they were to split, then also they couldn't have formed the government. Not possible. So why will they do something like that? Mr. Kumar has won this round in the game of smoke and mirrors. As I said, this editorial has a lot of idioms, and this is also an idiomatic expression. What does it mean? Game of smoke and mirrors. It means something looks real, some explanation or some situation, but it is not real. It looks real, it is not real. So, Mr. Kumar has won this round in the game of smoke and mirrors that he has had with the BJP and earned himself a pat, means appreciation, on the back from the anti BJP camp. For his stand, whatever he has taken, he has got the pat on the back, means appreciation from the anti BJP camp, obviously, anti BJP camp. But his cleverness and maneuvering skills may not be lauded by the people of Bihar, whose sides might be more. The editorial talks about it is easy to get the allies, Nitish Kumar point of view, but he may find it more difficult to convince the voters. That is the main idea. Based on that, but his cleverness and maneuvering skills. Maneuver, an important word. What does it mean? A movement or series of moves requiring skill and care. Skillful, skillful moves, but his cleverness and maneuvering skills may not be lauded, may not be praised highly by the people of Bihar, whose sides might be more fixated. We have got this word for the first time. What does it mean? Fixate, it's a verb. Cause someone to develop an obsessive attachment to someone or something. Being obsessed about something or someone. Fixated on his political trapeze act. Trapeze, we have got for the first time. a new word. What does it mean? Literally, it means it goes with circus, a short bar hanging high up in the air from two ropes that acrobats use to perform special movements. But in this context, it means something like a smart move. So, fixated on his political trapeze act, after being with the BJP for long, he fought the 2015 assembly election with the RJD and split with it in 2017 to return to the BJP's embrace. All these sentences talk about the journey of or the political journey of Nitish Kumar. When it comes to 2015, way back in 2015 assembly elections, he won with the RJD, but 2 years later split with it, and in 2017 he returned to the BJP's embrace. BJP's embrace means in this context the fold, back to BJP. Politics makes for strange bedfellows. Strange, not familiar, unfamiliar, bedfellows, but Mr. Kumar has stretched the limits of ideological infidelity. There is one particular word here: infidelity means not being faithful, not being loyal. It talks about being with RJD at the time of elections, then snap the ties with RJD, joining the hands with BJP, now snap the ties with BJP, going back to RJD. It talks about all these things. He had accused RJD. So when he cut off the ties with RJD, what was the allegation? He had accused the RJD of corruption in defense of a split with it in 2017. Justified. His explanation for walking out of the alliance with the BJP that won the election in 2020 is unlikely to convince people. Based on that, the editorial opines he cannot convince, he may find it more difficult to convince the voters, and it is not difficult for him to get the allies, but it is going to be a difficult task for him to convince the voters. What is the reason? Way back in 2017, there was a just reason, cutting off or snapping off the ties with RJD based on corruption charges. But now there is no strong reason. His explanation for walking out of the alliance with the BJP that won the election in 2020 is unlikely to convince people. People may not get convinced. Twice in 5 years, Mr. Kumar changed partners. Two times. Twice in 5 years, Mr. Kumar changed partners, both the times trampling over the mandate. There are two words over here: trample. Trample means to crush, tread on and crush, and mandate, the verdict given by the public at the time of the elections. It means give authority to act in a certain way. Election mandate. Mandate also means mandatory, means compulsory. But in this context, that is not the meaning. So, twice in 5 years, Mr. Kumar changed partners, both the times trampling over the mandate entrusted to him by the people of Bihar. He crushed that particular mandate. Those in the opposition camp who see this blatant opportunism, blatant means deliberate, intentional, done openly and without any shame, unashamedly. Usually the word blatant goes with lies. Blatant opportunism as hope of an anti-BJP politics ahead of 2024 are clutching at straws. Now, it is a bit difficult to understand. First, you have to know the meaning of the idiom, one more idiomatic expression. Clutching at straws. It means being desperate to get saved, being desperate to get saved or to save oneself. Those in the opposition camp who see this blatant opportunism, as hope of an anti-BJP politics ahead of 2024 are clutching at straws. Means what? It may not happen. It looks like an opportunity, but may not happen. Clutching at straws. Is it still buffering? I think now it's okay. The road to 2024. No, no, wait for a few seconds. Please wait for a few seconds. Give some time. I know. The road to 2024 and beyond is a long one from here. It's a long way to go. And there's little that is predictable, means not easy to predict, a little negative connotation. about Mr. Kumar en route on the way to 2024 elections, it is not easy to predict what he is going to do. A lot will depend on how supporters of the individual partners of the alliance respond to this abrupt realignment. It all depends on the supporters of individual partners or individual parties of the alliance respond to this abrupt realignment. Abrupt means sudden realignment, and how the JDU and the RJD respond to the signals from below at the grassroots level. Though the BJP has suffered a setback, this development realignment is a setback to the BJP party. Though the BJP has suffered a setback, a new window has opened for it in Bihar, a new opportunity. What is that? As a sole claimant of all anti incumbency votes. As I said, BJP one side, all other parties on the other side. Now there's an opportunity for the BJP party. It is a sole claimant. Only one party can claim anti incumbency votes, and that is the BJP party. Central investigative agencies could act against key figures in the new ruling coalition. Now, right now, because of this new realignment, central investigative agencies could get active against key figures in the new ruling coalition. But a more reasonable thing for the BJP to do is to be more respectful of its partners and opponents. A little disturbed because of this buffering problem, not expected. Anyhow, I will continue. But a more reasonable thing for the BJP. What is a BJP? What is it supposed to do? What is more reasonable? More reasonable thing for the BJP to do is to be more respectful of its partners and opponents. As the Shiv Sena and the JDU will affirm, the BJP as a friend is more dangerous than the BJP as an enemy. Two parties, one is JDU, the other one Shiv Sena. They affirm, they state, the BJP as a friend is more dangerous than the BJP as an enemy. The BJP seems intent on expanding its base at the expense of friends and foes alike. There's one important expression, at the expense of using. The BJP seems intent on expanding its base at the expense of friends and foes alike. It does not differentiate or distinguish. There's one word over here, foes. Foe means what? Enemy or opponent. While this is good as a long term strategy, it runs the risk of undermining established power equations and coalition governments in the near term. In the long term, as a long term strategy, this is a good thing, expanding the base at the expense of friends and foes. But it runs the risk of undermining. Undermine means weaken established power equations and coalition governments in the near term. And in politics, as in other aspects of life, there is no long term future if one is unable to survive in the short term. This is a very good expression. It ends on a particular note. What is this? In politics, as in other aspects of life, that way it is important, there is no long term future if one is unable to survive in the short term. If you cannot survive in the short term, then you cannot. Underestimate is different, undermine is different. Underestimate means you do not consider the power of someone or something and you think it is not that to a particular level, then we say you have underestimated the power of your opponent. That is different. You undermine the power of your opponent, means you weakened, you made something less effective. Both are entirely different, Vijay Kumar. So here, there is no long term future. All of you, this is very useful. One has to remember there is no long term future if one is unable to survive in the short term. For long term future, you have to survive in the short term. It ends on that particular interesting note. Now let us go to comprehension skill, questions based on comprehension skill to enhance your comprehension skill. The first one, what is this editorial about? Whom did Mr. Kumar turn the tables on? Keywords, idiomatic expression, turn the tables on. Easy to answer. What makes for strange bedfellows or partners? Easy to answer. What is unlikely to convince people in the context of the editorial? Something is unlikely to convince people. What is that? You can answer this as well. Who seems intent on expanding its base at the expense of friends and foes alike? So many keywords, easy to answer. All that you have to do, navigate, locate, and write the answer. But when you write the answer, please do remember, write the complete sentence. The sentence should be grammatically correct. And just I would like to talk about two courses I'm offering right now. One is General English course for all SSC exams, and the course fee is 2000. Now there's an offer. First I said till 10th. Now it has been extended till August 15th. It is not 2000, it is 1000. And the live batch, the live session time is morning 11:30 a.m. One more batch, English for bank exams, recorded videos and live both. 50% off. This also for 1000 rupees. More information, please call me on 7032325590. Now let us go to practice questions based on exam topics. The first 5 questions, error location. Please answer the first one. She still has not sold the house since the buyers went back on their words and pulled out of the deal. So, she still hasn't sold the house since the buyers went back on their words and pulled out of the deal. Not an easy one. There's one particular rule you have to recollect. And if you remember that rule, you can answer. Otherwise, not possible to answer. This question is based on, there are two words. One is still, the other one is yet. Based on the difference when it comes to usage between still and yet. No, there is nothing wrong with the second part, nothing wrong with the third part, nothing wrong with the fourth part. Where is the error? The first part, there is an error. What is it? Here, has not sold, negative. Still does not go with negative sentences. Still goes with affirmative form or affirmative sentences. And yet goes with negative sentences and negative interrogative sentences. Here it is in, the clause is in negative form. Based on that, we cannot use the word still. And do remember, we have to use the word yet at the end of the clause. Based on that, she hasn't sold the house yet. Yet should be at the end of the clause. Went back, no, it is not superfluous. Return back is not correct. Went back, nothing wrong with that, Ashwin. It is not superfluous, it is not a redundant expression. Grammatically, contextually, it is perfect. If it is return back, then it is not correct. Return means to go back. Went somewhere, went back. Nothing wrong with this. I would like to reiterate, nothing wrong with the second part, nothing wrong with the third part, nothing wrong with the fourth part. There is an error in the first part because it is, the clause is in the negative form. We cannot use the word still, we have to use the word yet. And the word yet should be at the end of the sentence. I hope that is clear. Now let us go to question number 2. On the day of the inspection, the manager is under tremendous pressure to make sure that everything was in place. This is based on contextual awareness. Contextual awareness. Now tell me, where is the error? On the day of the inspection, the manager is under tremendous pressure to make sure that everything was in place. No one has responded. Excuse me. Shyam says second part, but what is wrong with the second part? You're right. On the day of the inspection, no problem. Tremendous pressure to make sure that everything was in place. Here the whole context goes into the past. Past context. When the whole context goes into the past, we cannot use the verb in the present. That is the error. The verb should be in the past form. On the day of the inspection, the manager was under tremendous pressure to make sure that everything was in place. That is a clue for you. Is not correct, it has to be was. Let us go to question number 3. The company has decided to sell half of its shares to a Chinese firm. This is based on possessive pronoun. And you have to recollect one important rule. Very good. Who is this? Satish Kumar. The company has decided to sell half of. It is not correct. It should be its. And you have to recollect one rule. What is that rule? Possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. Common error, if you are talking about possession, obviously, its is not correct. I would like to repeat, letter writing, if you make this mistake, you lose 2 marks. What is the rule over here? That's the reason why I have brought this question to talk about this rule. Possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe when we talk about possession. Then some students ask me, sir, we have seen in the newspaper, in, in magazines as well, something like this. Here it is not about possessive nature. It is not about possessive aspect. When you see something like this, it means it is or it has. It is or it has. Do remember the rule, possessive pronouns never take an apostrophe. That's an important rule. Now let us go to question number 4. In about 5 minutes, they would cover the distance from the road to the point where the waves would begin lick their feet. Yours faithfully, you should not use any apostrophe. That's a common error. In about 5 minutes, they would cover the distance from the road to the point where the waves would begin to lick their feet. This is based on preposition. Where is the error? In about 5 minutes, a phrase, nothing wrong. They would cover the distance, nothing wrong. From the road to the point where, nothing wrong. The waves would begin to lick. You have to use a preposition. Begin to lick. Begin to lick, not licking. The waves would begin licking their feet. No, begin to lick. Then it is correct. Let us go to question number 5. Seema's new office is close to her residence, so she will not longer have to travel by train. Begin to do something, begin to go, begin to start, begin to lick, begin to decorate, begin to paint. Seema's new office is close to her residence, so she will not longer have to travel by train. Exactly. We should not say yours faithfully, we have to say licking something, touching something with your tongue, lick. When you want to taste something, you use your tongue. That is known as licking. Animals, cats, dogs, lick. We also lick sometimes. Licking, it goes with tasting something with the tongue. Very good. Within no time, it is not longer, it has to be no longer. I appreciate those who have got it right. Seema's new office is close to her residence, so she will no longer have to travel by train. Not longer is not correct. No longer is correct. No longer you have to do that. Now today, phrase replacement, 1 or 2 are quite challenging. If you get all the 5 correct, phrase replacement, you should be very happy. Try to get the first one. First one is not that easy. Suraj lied from his teeth to get out of the tense situation with his boss. All the 5 correct, Ganesh. That's good. I appreciate. Bootlickers, yes. There's one expression you have to recollect. It goes with adulterated liquor or spurious liquor. Bootleggers, another expression. Bootleggers goes with that, but bootlickers goes with a different thing. It goes more with sycophants, those who resort to flattery. Suraj lied. This is based on an idiomatic expression or idiom. You have to know the idiom. Only then you can answer. It is not this, it is not this, it is not this. Answer is a third option. Lied through his teeth. Answer is not the second one. Answer is the third one. That's why I said today the questions based on phrases not easy. No, no, not the fifth one, third one. Lie through his teeth. Tell a lie blatantly, blatant lie to save oneself. This is an idiomatic expression. If you know that, you will be able to answer, otherwise, not possible. Please go to question number 2. Again, not that easy. What exactly does it mean to tell a blatant lie? Also, to lie without feeling guilty. Satish laying. It talks about being in the horizontal position while relaxing. First, you have to understand because in bed, from that, you have to understand. This is a confusing verb. Satish lay in bed, wide awaken, as he was worried about his exams starting the next day. This is also not an easy one. Wide awaken is not correct. This is also an idiomatic expression, a standard phrase. Wide and awakening, not correct. Widely awake, wide and awake, wide awake. Very good. Satish has got it right. I appreciate. Only one student has got it right. Wide awake. How did he lie in bed? He lay in bed wide awake as he was worried about his exams starting the next day. Answer is the fourth option. That means being tensed up. Please go to question number 3. Question number 3 is easy, it should not be a problem. You should be able to answer because it goes with banks. No one has responded. The next one. A bank has loans to its own employees? No. A bank is giving loans. It's a fact. You have to use present tense. Loans not correct. Can give loans to its employees. Hold that one. Has given. This talks about a fact. Any fact, you use which tense? Which tense are you supposed to use? Present tense. One thing. And also, you can use a helping verb. Helping verb can talks about ability. Based on that, answer is the third option. Only one student has got it right. Third option. This is the third one. Who is that? Vijay Kumar has got it right. After that, I see Tapa and Ganesh, Naga, some more students, Raidu, all these. So answer is the third option. Very good. A bank can give loans to its own employees at interest rates below the rate decided by RBI. Although other parts, the world 20% of the farm area is owned by women. In India, women own less than 7%. This is also an easy one. Good morning. What time is it? 8:46, about to. Not about to wind up, but another 15 minutes, the session is going to get over. Anyhow, although the other parts, does it make any sense? No. If in other parts does not make any sense. However, why should we use a contrasting word here? We can use, but not however. However, some parts grammatically not correct. Where another part of does not make any sense whatsoever, while in other parts of the world, this seems perfect. While in other parts of the world, 20% of the farm area is owned by women. In India, women own less than 7%. Question number 5. One of our representatives will meet you at the airport and accompanies you to our office. This is also an easy one. One of our representatives will meet you at the airport and accompanies you. Here there is a helping verb, will. Will meet and accompany. Based on that, you cannot use accompanies and accompany. Hold this one. And to accompany, no, accompanying will be accompanied. Answer is the first one. Will meet you at the airport and accompany you to our office. Answer is the first one. Will meet and will accompany. Will goes with both meet and accompany. Answer is the first one. Now we have double fillers, not the sync model. Sync model. You have two sentences. You have to take one word that goes with both the sentences. He has now become a to reckon with. Consider. If you know, if you are exposed to the language, obviously you can answer without, before you think of the options, one word pops up. What is that word? Force. He is a force to reckon with, a typical combination. He has now become a force to reckon with. If you know that, obviously you have to check the second one. It is better not to use force to prove one's point. It goes with the second one as well. No, 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 no. How can you? No one who has got it right. Only Raidu has got it right. And only a few students have responded. See what happens here. Something is very important. I have been telling you guys. Exposure to the language is very important. How do you get exposure to the language? How do you get exposed to the language? You have to read a lot. And if you read a lot, if you are exposed to the language, when you read, he has now become a to reckon with. Before you see the options, you will think of the word force. A force to reckon with, a standard phrase, a standard expression. Then you have to cross check. It goes with the second one, that is the answer. He tried his best to score distinction in this exam. It pays to keep, it is based on idiomatic expression, level head. If you know this, you can go for that word. Level head means what? Balanced. I'll use a capital letter. Balanced, composed. So he tried his level best. Perfect. It pays to keep a level head in an emergency. It pays to keep be or remain balanced in an emergency. Answer is the fifth option. This is also based on, if you know the expression level-headed person, you can answer effortlessly. The system is working with to getting things done. Respect with respect to, that is a standard expression. If you know that, you can easily select the right word. The system is working with respect to getting things done. Respect must be commanded and not demanded. Answer is the fourth option. Third one. You cannot say with status to, attitude, with relation to, but relation must be commanded. Relation cannot be used. Honor. Honor goes with the second one, not with the first one. Respect is the right word. There is a complaint against him that he the mistakes of his juniors. A good thing about this house is that it, the sea. ignores, then it cannot be a complaint. It could be, but you cannot use the word ignores in the second sentence. Promotes, no. Examines, no. Faces goes with the second one. Overlooks also goes with the second one. But here, based on the context, you cannot use the word faces with the first sentence. The fourth option goes with both the sentences. There is a complaint against him that he overlooks the mistakes of his juniors. A good thing about this house is that it overlooks the sea. Perfect. He would always do was told by his superiors. He appeared on stage. He would always do as was told by his superiors. Seems right. He appeared on stage as a narrator of their drama. Here, what was told can be used, but you cannot use what in the second sentence. About, no. Whatever, no. Always, answer is the first option. Easy. No, no, not what. As. Answer is the first option. Today, these are not idioms. I could not change. Phrasal verbs. Not easy. Try to get all the five. If you get all the five, you should be happy. Hem in. Hush up. Hush up, an important one. Hammer out, an important one. Other phrasal verbs are easy, not that difficult. And you may not know this one, but not that important. What does it mean? Hem in means a new pattern. 1D. After school, the kids go to the mall and hang with their friends. That's right. Try to use the other way. Governments try to anything that could damage their chances of being re-elected, such as corruption charges. A bit difficult. The police are hunting the killer down and they say they're close to catching him. So here you have to change the form of the verb. D is the answer. It took his lawyers nearly a year to hammer out a divorce settlement. No, here it is C. Pillay was hemmed in by defenders, so he could not get a shot on goal. Hem in means restrict. Oh, who is this mechanic Mike? Good morning. CGL mains went very well. Maths 93 out of 100. English 195 out of 200. That's great. Wonderful. Glad to know that. 195. Are you confident? 195. If you get 190 plus also, great. Good, really good. Keep it up. And you should be a source of inspiration for others. Governments try to hush up. Answer is B. Means to try to make something or not to disclose something, hide something. Hush up means hide something. 190 plus, that's really good. Great. Hem in means to restrict someone's movement. Hush up, to try to keep something secret. Hammer out, to reach an agreement or solution after a lot of negotiation or discussion. Hunt down, try to find someone and capture, to kill or kill that person. Hang with, spend time with. All are important. Have you got all the five correct? Now let us go to enrich your word power based on today's editorial. 190 plus is outstanding. Only a few get 190 plus. Glad to know you're going to be in that group or among them. Now let us go to editorial vocabulary. Try to respond quickly. It's already 8:57. We have 3 minutes to go. Mechanic Mike, the only thing you never disclose your name, actual name. You always come up with strange, weird, funny names. I have revised your 200 rules, narration, and voice batches on Unacademy on the last 2 days, sir. Very useful, 200 rules, and also I spend a lot of time on two topics. One is narration, the other one voice. Because SSC CGL Tier 2, a lot of questions from two topics, grammar if you consider. One is direct and indirect speech, the other one is active voice and passive voice. I spent a lot of time and also 200 rules, of course. Glad, good to know that. What is the meaning of here the part of speech noun? What does it mean? Volte face or volte face, either way it is correct. It means an act of turning round so as to face opposite side. Answer is J. Perfect. Trapeze. It could be a noun, it could be an adjective. In the editorial, it has been used as an adjective, but do remember it can be a noun. Means what? A short bar hanging high up in the air. It goes with circus, used by acrobats. Fixate, it's a verb. Cause someone to develop a kind of obsession with someone or something. Answer is A. Sabotage, an important word. Part of speech, verb. Deliberately destroy or damage someone or something, especially political plans. C is the answer. Four is not B. Sabotage, C is the answer. Maneuver, it could be a noun, it could be a verb. A movement requiring skill, skillful move. Answer is G. Laud, a regular verb, lauded. What does it mean? Laud. Praise highly. Praise someone highly. Friend or foe, part of speech noun. Enemy or opponent. H. Infidelity, noun. Fidelity opposite. Fidelity, loyalty or faithful, being faithful. Opposite, infidelity, not being faithful. State of being unfaithful. Answer is B. Trample, usually it goes with elephants. Tread on and crush. Trample, a verb. D. What is the last one? Blatant. Usually takes the word lie, blatant behavior. Obviously adjective. Do something without any shame, done openly and unashamedly, without feeling guilty. That's all about editorial vocabulary and revision editorial vocabulary, the words you got yesterday. Try to respond quickly. It's already 1 past 9, so if you respond, I'll wind up the session. Write the key word. You don't have to write the complete, oh, Shiva Krishna, all the 10 correct. That's very good. I appreciate. Here, revision, editorial vocabulary, write the key word. You don't have to write the complete meaning. Allure. If one student responds, I'll tick. You're not able to understand after the analysis also. Then I don't know what to say. I have nothing to say. The purpose of this session to make you understand the editorial from the language point of view. Contextually, that is a different thing. Here we are not We don't focus on the background information and the actual topic. We focus more on language part. That's why I say this session is all about proficiency. Enrich your proficiency in English. You cannot understand if you don't know the meanings of the words, you don't know the meanings of idioms. So what I try to do, I try to explain the meanings, the whatever goes with effective English, grammar part, and it should become easy for you to understand. But if you don't have the background information, then you cannot understand. That's a different thing. Allure means what? Attract. Eluding, indirect reference. Second one, illusion, indirect reference, yardstick, comparison, standard of comparison, standard measure, a notch below, below the expected level or below the standard, a notch below. Yield, two meanings. One, the output, the produce. The other one, surrender or given. Disparate means different. Hmm. Glory means what? Reputation based on your achievements. Vigor, two meanings. One, enthusiasm based on the context. Regularly, we say vigor means strength, strong and healthy. Diligence, one more meaning, hardworking, diligence, diligent, and with a lot of effort and enthusiasm. Exploits, daring feats. Exploit, negative word, but exploit as a noun, daring feats. That's all for today. Hope you guys have got enriched. Have a nice day. Do remember to subscribe and share. I will see